Hey guys, what's up? It's Tech Guy 1187 here, and welcome to your third Flash iPhone programming tutorial. Today we're going to look at something called dynamic text fields. But first, I'd like to clear up an error that a lot of people have been getting, and I've heard a lot of messages about it, and so I'd like to clear it up in the video. To clear it up, go to File, Public Settings. Next to ActionScript 3.0, click Settings, Library Path, scroll down to Default Linkage, and you should see Runtime Shared Library. Click Merged into Code. Click OK. Click OK again. And now when you debug it, you shouldn't see that warning in your output. Warning, no RSLs have been linked. Now it needs to get used to it, so it'll take a minute, but you should see it'll attempt to launch and you won't get any warnings. And your code should still work fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about dynamic text fields. To begin, I'm going to show you how to create one. Grab the text tool, drag out, and by default you should have TLF text selectable. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click on TLF text, click classic text, and click dynamic text. Alright, now what that did is it tells it, okay, this text can be edited from within ActionScript. So that's a good thing. So now what we're going to do is you can type anything here, because it doesn't matter. We're going to type hello world. Alright? Now it puts an outline around it to tell it that it's dynamic text. Alright? Now go ahead and give it an instance name. I'm just going to call it hello text. And now what we're going to do is we're going to click embed next to style. Alright, this is going to guarantee that everything works correctly. You can name it whatever you want, but make sure to select all. Okay? Then click OK. Alright. And now what we're going to do is we're going to head into our wonderful actions panel that we've been having for quite some time now. Go ahead and select your actions frame layer, and in here you should see your code. I did mess around with this a bit. I changed the instance name and the scene. As long as it's working for you, that's great. You don't need to change it. I was just messing around. Alright, so now that it's an instance name, I'm going to show you that we can change it from directly in ActionScript. So we called it hello text. Alright, now to change it, hello text is an object. Now, ActionScript is an object-oriented language, so dot text. Now, what does that do? It says, okay, hello text. The text inside that we want to equal, and we put it in quotes. Alright, we want it to equal pickles. Alright, now if we debug our movie clip, it should work. And you see pickles. And notice our code still works. So that's a good thing. It's worked exactly like we want it to. Now I'm going to show you a little bit further. Can we use variables for these? You bet we can. So let's go ahead and create a variable. Let's call it apples. And let's go ahead and make it a string. Let's just say whatever you want. Alright, so we have, it's a pickles are good, comma, but, and now we can type our variable. Apples. So now if we debug this, let's see how it looks. Might get cut off. I might not have made it big enough. Yep, I didn't make it big enough. Look at me. You can drag and see it though. But apples are better. We did it. So how can that be effective? Well, let's look at you game programmers out there who are looking to program some games. If you isn't it pretty much universal that at the end of the game they have a score page that says points and such and such and such? Well, you don't want to have to make a new scene or a new frame for each one. You got 1, you got 2, you got 3, you got 4, you got 5. You know how long that would take? So, what's a great option for that? Dynamic text. And dynamic text fields can easily be integrated into your any item you're working with. So if I have a function that says, alright, have a user enter this number and divide 2 by it. Well, it'll take that and it'll display it in the text field if we tell it to. It's that simple. And we can also go down to the point of using if and else statements in the text fields. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. First, let's create a variable and let's name it Yoda. Alright, and put a string and make it equal to force. Okay? Now we're going to declare an if statement. If Yoda Yoda equal force, we're going to tell it to our field 8 hello text to say Yoda knows all. And else we're going to tell it to say what a fail. Alright. Now go ahead and debug it and let's see how this goes. Alright, so boom. Yoda knows all. Alright, so you lightsaber fans out there, and Star Wars lovers, you got it what you wanted. Alright, now if we change that and misspell force a little bit, let's put an F, fourth. Let's see, which it will. It's gonna say, what a fail. So, you see how it can be useful? Well, you can use that for inputs. And in the next tutorial, we're going to get a little bit more into inputs. So, see you next time. Take your tutorials even further. Scan the QR code or text follow TechGuy1187 to 40404.